Hello. So Lux Industries is an Indian company currently worth around almost 4,000 crores, and it is involved in the manufacturing and selling of innerwear and clothing. One example is this Lux Nitro, high performance innerwear. So innerwear is an important product for it. And the thing about Lux Industries, right, a very important thing, that between 2023 and right now, its profits have declined by almost half. Okay, we have the profit and loss statement of Lux Industries. Okay, now here we come to a section known as net profits. Net profits. Here you can see net profits, right? And if we see the net profits for 2022, we come to a figure of this 338 crores. Okay, 2022, you can see in the above March 2022 written here, March 2022, and we see in this figure 269. What is this? Sorry. 338. Yeah. So March 2022, we go to this figure of net profits. We see 338 crores of net profits in year 2022. However, when we come to, let's say, recent year, the most recent year, 2025, for 2025, the net profit has declined to 165 crores. 2025, the bottommost figure, 165. So declined from 338 crores to 165 crores, or more than a 50% decline in net profits. What happened? What happened to Lux Industries profits? And to show this decline in even a more stark manner, we can see this. This shows the sales, okay, the sales of Lux Industries, the quarterly sales. These blue lines, these are the sales, and this green line, the green line shows the net profit, and this yellow line shows the operating profit. So if we just look at the operating profit and the net profit, we see a massive decline. So here we can see, let's say in September 2019, operating profit margins 14% and net profit margins are 11%. Then we move to March 2021. Net profit margins 15.2%, while operating margins are 20%. And you can see they have increased sharply. All right, there's a sharp increase in net profit margins and gross profit margins. So you may be asking, what happened? All right, what happened at particularly this point? See here, it peaks around September 2021. It peaks at 15.9% net profit margins, NPM net profit margins. And slowly, it declines, rises a bit, and then declines. So what happened? This was such a massive and continuous increase. This increase in net profit margins, we can see it all the way from 2010 to 2021. So basically, a decade of rising profit margins, even operating margins were rising. So what happened? Now, for that, we'll go into their annual report. All right. Yes, annual report. And we will go to fiscal year 2023, which was the first year of the decline. See, fiscal year 2022, 338 crores. From there onwards, the profits decline. So let's see in 2023, what did they mention in their annual report, which can tell us about the profits. Now, this is their performance over the years. Here you can see we have revenue, operating EBITDA, EBITDA margin, and net profits. And below they have given notes. Now, first, let's read about operating EBITDA because, again, EBITDA are the earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation. We will see the reasons, okay? Reasons why this happened. Now, there's one line and there's only one main reason. The company reported a 257 crores degrowth, a 257 crores decline in EBITDA in fiscal year 2023 due to higher resource costs. Higher resource costs? What are these higher resource costs? Main cost is raw material. These higher resource cost refers to raw material costs. So, and main raw material talking about is cotton. Okay, cotton yarn prices went massively up in 2022 because of, well, the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, Russia-Ukraine war happened, uh, and the main thing is Russia-Ukraine war happened. So fertilizer prices went massively up, energy costs went massively up. Many of the fertilizers needed for stuff like cotton yarns, they were supplied from Russia and Belarus. So when the war happened, the prices increased massively. So that explains that these massive resource costs, right, led to a revenue degrowth, sorry, an EBITDA degrowth. But that was for fiscal year 2023. We see in 2024 and 2025, it still has not recovered because that makes it more complex. If we look at the cotton prices, okay, let's just take a look at the cotton prices. These are the cotton prices. We see that around there's a massive spike, okay. In 2022, Russia-Ukraine war, there was a massive spike. But since then, 2023 and 2024, cotton prices have declined. So I'm just supposing that cotton yarn prices, maybe they have also declined. So, but the EBITDA margins of Lux Industries has not recovered. And again, just to clarify, cotton yarns, cotton yarns are an important raw material for Lux Industries. So why haven't EBITDA margins recovered? So let's go back to these only. Now we will look at these annual reports for fiscal year 2024. Yes, fiscal year 2024. Again, it's 2024 and the operating profits are still low. So, a few things. One, they have mentioned that the decline in profitability, decline in margins, again, are because of volatility in raw material costs and the passing of cost benefits to customers. So they didn't pass cost benefits. Okay, wait, okay. So two things happened. One was volatility in raw material costs. Raw materials were still high. And here they have mentioned under the revenue section that they have passed a lot of price benefits to dealers and customers. So they passed a lot of price benefits to dealers and customers in 2024, in fiscal year 2024. And of course, again, resource costs were high. Cotton yarn prices were still high. So yeah, that's it. That was the reason. They passed a lot of cost benefits to customers and the higher, again, raw material costs. And in fiscal year 2025, their revenue and profits actually increased. All right. The revenue and profits actually increased. Here you can read, see, the under the EBITDA has risen. The EBITDA margin has risen around 10%, which is still massively lower. It's like half of their peak EBITDA margin, sorry, half of the peak EBITDA margins, which were 20%, around 20%. Here they have said that their EBITDA margin actually increased due to increase in sales this year. All right, increase in sales in the year, sales this year. So that were the reasons. The first reason for this massive profit decline was again Russia-Ukraine war, which led to which led to way higher resource prices, especially cotton yarn. Second, they passed on a lot of price benefits to both their like suppliers, like retailers and customers. They pass a lot of price cost benefits. And third is their massive or increased brand spending. They are spending more on their brands and advertisement and all that. So that was all the reasons. And this year, their profits actually increased. All right. This year, their profits increased to 165 crores. 165 crores from 126 crores last year. So that was a nice around 40 crores, 39 crores worth of profit increase, which is like 30% increase in profits. So who knows? Maybe they can recover back. We will see. That was all. That was Lux Industries.